two, one, you're done when I see.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of Nikki B and Friends. What up, friends?
What's going on, Nikki B?
What's going on, baby?
Nothing much.
Nothing what your week been like?
Work. That's it.
Dang, E, you been working that hard? You got another job?
Oh, y'all want us to say it out loud? Oh, okay.
Depends on who asking, you know.
No, your big heart ain't pulling your rank around. Your big heart ain't pulling your rank around the crib. She done made you double up. Made you double up and get you another job.
Man.
Got to have the J-O-B.
Damn right. That's what she said, too. Flip the script real quick. You put a ring on it, things change drastically.
Definitely.
Just heard that fire alarm again, so that means that you ain't got that changed.
Nope.
I'm gonna go to Amazon and send him a ladder or something.
I got one. You know what? The next show it'll be changed.
We gonna hold you to it.
Don't do it on our occasion. We just trying to keep you safe. Go ahead and do it for your family. So when it's a fire, y'all will know. Like, don't do it for the show.
It's every man for themselves. If they don't smell it, then.
Did he say every man for themselves?
And if they don't smell it,
hey.
Let me call your girl. Like, girl, go on and get out of there.
She leaving Sunday, so.
She leaving you Sunday?
She's going back home Sunday. Finish packing up.
She ain't coming back. You don't sound confident. You almost sound a little shaky, like something went on you ain't telling us about.
Don't worry, I'll pick his brain later. What's really going on? Tell me.
We'll know when he had those next week be on. Topic be about she could have said something.
She'll be back home to send me a long ass paragraph.
What they call it, Dear John letter?
Right.
Dear John, by the time you read this
listen, when y'all see me drinking out the bottle next week, then y'all will know.
You said what?
When I'm drinking out the bottle, then you'll know.
Well, we'll see, because you ain't looking like yourself, man. You looking kind of sad, like you ain't sure about our, Sunday.
No, I don't want to see her leave, but she got to go.
Don't leave me, girl.
Okay, Shannon, we not auditioning for no group
this
or
ain't
nothing
America's
like that.
Got Talent.
I could be on American.
Like, we down with global money, but we not auditioning for global money. Like, that's the other part of that. So, what you been on, Shan? Looking all fabulous.
Thank you. I'm depressed this week, y'all.
Why are you depressed?
I'm depressed about my auntie Tamar. You know what I'm saying? They found her in her apartment unresponsive. I guess somebody said they found a note or something, like she was intentionally.
No, she had been texting people. She's trying to get out that weed contract. She want to be on that show.
She had been with WeTV for a long time.
Listen, man.
Well, she said she didn't like the way they was doing her. She felt a slave to the thing, and so that was just the act. Like,
listen, prayers
I
to
don't know, but somebody better say something soon, because I ain't heard nothing. Somebody better tell me.
Say she good. She okay?
Because I was about to call Mama Evelyn. Don't make me have to do that. Have to call Swanda now.
Well, Shannon, you and E, you telling a sad story about your auntie. But your lip gloss popping, I can't even really believe that you feeling bad.
I am. And I had to do myself up today to feel better, because earlier this week, I don't know. I was looking like, hey.
Got the lip gloss popping.
Right. Like, you telling the story E should have been telling. Like, the way it's like y'all story. Like,
you should have switched stories, yeah.
Yeah, y'all should have switched. She good.
Yeah, but prayers to the Braxton family, though. I hope that
Yes,
everything is
prayers
okay
out to the
with
Braxton
them.
family. But yeah, man, I've been trying to put my ear to the script.
Nah, that's all it is. A couple of people done talked to her. She been fine. She's always been responsive. She was never like unresponsive. Like Nene Leaks talked to her that night. So it
Oh.
wasn't nothing but a drunk, fell out, African boyfriend panic and called the people. And she don't want to
Don't do
do this.
that.
Right, she
Do
don't want
not
to
do
do the
that.
show. Right, she don't want to do the show. So then they went with it.
What about you, Nick? What's your week been like?
Yeah, how's your week?
Y'all know what I've been on. This bye belly juice.
Where your little thing at, Nick?
Right.
The
Oh
bell.
wait. Let me see. Oh, there you go. What the other one at?
That's kind of low.
I know
That
because
ain't the
it's
one you
behind
want the
my
bell.
I know it's. Oh, here it is. There.
Yeah.
Oh
There
yeah.
you go.
Um. Yeah. You know what? I've been so busy with that. That's like a really big popular. Like I'm so busy with that. So anybody who need their bye belly juice, please get at me at Nikki B and Friends on Facebook, NIKKI and Friends. You can just inbox me like you do with your questions. You can inbox me with your order or any questions that you have. And it's a fat burner that goes just for the gut. That's a homemade, all natural products, no laxatives. That's our sponsor for the evening as well. Nikki's by Belly Juice.
Nikki's Bye Belly is
Get yours
sponsoring Nikki B
today.
and Friends.
So that's all I've been doing, and I'm serious. Like when I did this, I was like, okay, yep. I'm gonna do it. I'll just sign up as a rep because I just wanted the discount on the products.
hmm
Mm.
And now I'm just like so super busy. Like this stuff just like kind of sell itself.
Okay.
Y'all done
That's
seen me
good.
climbing up that ladder. It's only
Yes,
been
ma'am.
it,
Congrats, congrats.
it's
Listen,
really only
support
been,
Black
if you really
businesses.
think about it, it's like technically it's been a month, but you got to remember I was out of town for the first 2 weeks. So I
Oh
really,
yeah.
all of this been like in the last few weeks, couple of weeks that,
You ain't getting
Congrat-
down. Okay.
mm, yeah.
Congratulations.
hmm
Yes, congrats.
Support Black businesses. That's what we want to
Please,
do.
please.
hmm So this is the moment that we've been waiting for, everybody.
Pew, 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 pew.
So we had women on the show to talk about relationships and parenting and so we've been wanting to get the other side of the story. We wanted to hear from males, you know, fathers. And so we finally got some males. You guys don't know how much we went through to get some males because we kept on getting people, yep, I'll be on. Then they would get scared and be like, no, I ain't going to be on. And I don't even know what's the deal because we're not showing our faces. We're not trying to set nobody up on no child support.
Listen, they want that child support to be raised.
Right, we ain't trying to do none of that. None of that. I don't even know why it was so hard, but we finally got a couple of gentlemen to come on to the show to share with us, to answer some of our questions, share with us some of their experience. So let me unmute them.
Without further ado.
Right.
Let's go, fellas. Y'all got to represent.
One of them keep trying to mute themselves back. I'm unmuting them and they muting themselves back.
Rethinking it. He like,
All right. All right, so we got Matt and Xavier. Xavier, we're
What
gonna
up,
call
though?
X. What up, guys? How y'all doing?
And we're
Doing
doing
good. How are y'all?
all right.
We doing good. Welcome, welcome, y'all. Welcome.
what up, fellas?
Yeah, we're excited to have you guys here with us this evening on Nikki B and Friends.
Yes, yes.
Y'all excited to be here?
Oh yeah.
Good,
Y'all ain't got
good.
to.
Absolutely.
Why don't you guys go one at a time so we can start with Matt because he got here on time and
That's a little shade.
Put
That's a
you on blast, bro. You trying to
he was
provide
here
for his
on
house.
time and we ain't have to wait for him. So Matt, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself? You know, you married, Matt?
Yep. So my name is Matt. I'm a Pisces. I like long walks on the beach.
Stupid.
Oh, Pisces are charming. They're pretty charming. Okay, go
They
ahead,
are.
Matt.
But no, I'm married. Just got married last year in May.
Okay.
3 kids now. So one is mine fully. One is pretty much adopted since he was 6 months old, and then one stepson.
Okay. One stepson, 2 kids. So you
Yep.
came into the marriage, she got a child, you got 2 kids.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay. So blended family then.
Yep.
All right,
As
that's
soon as
what's
you
up.
can get.
As blended as you can get it sound like. Okay. All right, Xavier. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm Xavier. I'm in Virginia. I have one son. He is 3 years old,
Okay.
and I am single.
Okay, so you're not with your son mom no more.
No, ma'am, I'm not.
Okay, was y'all ever together?
Well, she's actually stayed with me for about 2 years. And then she decided she didn't want to continue the relationship. So, we parted ways.
Okay, so y'all was a couple.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. All right. Good, good, good. Okay, so now we ready to we got a little background. So Matt, how was the experience with like I think that we all probably got some questions. I don't know where E disappeared to. He might be somewhere crying because his girl leaving or whatever, and he seemed a
I
little
am not
off tonight.
crying.
Wipe your face, bro. We still see your tears. Oh, it looks like we got somebody else about to join us. They coming on. So wait.
Johnny come lately.
Right. We actually need to see her face.
Well, hey, caller, you there? Is that who you invited, Shan?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm not really sure what's happening with their connection. But anyway, okay. So what were you saying?
Okay, so yeah, so let's start off with Okay, so I think that's Matt driving. So if it
we hear the road, sugar.
right, you're going to have to
do
turn
you?
your air on. Maybe let your windows up. We know it.
Let me switch to the car one.
No, because we could just hear the wind hitting.
No, the wind
Maybe
ain't.
that's that new person.
Mute then. Let's see what happened.
Man, gone. You was late. Ain't coming in. That's him. That ain't
Okay.
Matt.
The Matt froze too. Look
That
like.
how they tried to blame that on you, bro?
Oh, so it ain't you, Matt. Our bad. It's the new person.
Yep, he must be driving too.
I don't know what they doing, but anyway, let's go.
Okay, so let's go here. So Xavier, how since you and your child's mom broke up? Okay, there go our other person. Let's see if we can hear him now. He don't look like he driving. So wait a minute.
Where? I don't see nobody.
Oh, we see him.
Oh, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Fine. Sorry, I just got my hair done.
All right. Okay then.
Getting fresh for the pod. I feel you. That's what's up. There's no video.
Right.
No video, but
Right. So just tell us. You can go by alias if you want to, because I will say that some of the women who was on here went by alias. What's your name? And how many kids you got? And if you're single or married?
Don't use your street
My
name.
name Aramis. I have 2 kids, 1 boy, 1 girl, and I'm single actually.
Are you with your baby mom?
No.
You're not with your baby mom.
Hey, I will say the fellas are saying this like it's a dating profile. I'm thinking.
Right. Okay then. All right. So you got 2 kids. How many baby mamas you got?
Mm.
I got 2.
2 baby mamas. All right.
Did you choke?
Okay. So 2.
It was the way she
children's
asked
mom.
it. I'm sorry.
Well, we on the show about this, so we had already started, and then he came in late because he
That's
was
true,
trying to get
man.
his hair twisted. It looked
You
nice,
say?
but that's why he was late. All right.
Hey, fashionably late. That's what I'm
Okay.
talking about.
So we got some questions for you guys, so we want to know how these transitions go. So let's start with Xavier. So how are you? Do you think you and your child's mother? He only has 1 child. You and your child's mom, do you guys co-parent well?
I would say we do. I mean, we co-parent well because I'm willing to make adjustments and not rock the boat too much. So
okay.
that's just how that works. You try to do what's best for the child. So,
okay. So when you're supposed to go over there and get him, and then she be like, "Well, you can't come," then you just be like, "Well, okay, then I ain't gonna come over there and start." No.
So you saying you don't want to
Crazy.
make all the sacrifices, pretty much.
But for the most part, I had my son when he was about 6 months. I've had him for about 2 years.
Oh, you had custody.
Well, we never went to court. She was just out doing her thing, so I just kept him.
Oh, when she left, she left. Dang.
I dropped him off, and now, we're split in time now. It's something new. I started doing that maybe 3-4 months ago.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So so you let her back in his life.
Well, yeah, you got to do the right thing.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's
Okay,
good, brother.
so then this is different. So then you really like the single parent, the single parent.
Yeah.
You the one doing everything.
Well, about 6 months I was paying for daycare, for the Pampers, his food, make sure it's great. Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a question.
Okay.
Sure.
So Xavier, being the man, normally we get the women's point of view. How is it being the father of someone of a child practically full time? Like, what challenges do you face being a father full time?
I mean, anything has its challenges, man. But if you want to be there, it's easy. You know what I mean? So if I gotta get up early, get them dressed, that's what I got. That's what you do. You got if the teacher or the daycare person calls you, you got to pick them up. That's just what you do.
Okay.
So I mean, it's something that you have to do, man. Just like we have to get up and go to work, make the money. It's the same thing, man. So with anything, there's going to be a challenge, but you always want to, make sure that you're showing your child that, you're a good example, and that's really it. You want to be a good example for your child.
Good. Have you pressed child support on her?
Not at all.
Okay.
Have you thought about it? That laugh was like I thought about it though. You thought about it?
I mean, man. I'm
daycare ain't cheap, bro.
I don't need no money. I'm good.
He just got off of work. Remember, that's why he was a little late.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember?
Yeah, he working for the man, so
he a hard worker. All right, then.
Salute,
okay,
man.
So Matt, tell us about your blended family. Matt stuck, or Matt acting like he's stuck, so he ain't got to say
nothing. Matt was hoping we talked to Xavier a little longer.
He ain't
You know,
quite got his answer.
right, you're right. You know, you just stay still, be like, yeah, I'm froze, but you really
I'm
ain't froze.
Right.
Okay, so then we're gonna move on. So, how you say your name? I don't want to mispronounce it.
Is it Artemis?
Aramis.
Aramis? Aramis. I'm
Aramis.
sorry.
Okay, Aramis. So, Aramis, how does it work with your dealing with two kids, mom? Is it one of them that you like? Me and her get along good, and the other one I can't stand her. How's that?
I'm gonna
You like one more
this.
than the other?
I'm gonna say it like, for me personally, it took a lot of me growing up. A lot of times you hear about how the moms do this and that, and yeah, they do. You know, my both of my children's mothers, they do push my buttons. They try different things, but at the end of the day, it ain't about them.
How old are the kids?
Mm-hmm.
Same age must be. This dude right here is something else.
No, they not the same age right now.
Right now, so that means at some point in time they are the same age.
I'm gonna say it like this.
Right
I'm gonna say
now.
it like this, cause I like good speaking. Like, I like good talks. So with my situation, it makes it interesting because my kids are 3 months apart.
Ooh, so you were cheating on one with the other.
I didn't cheat. I did not cheat. But
What you
I
do?
did, like, it was like from one situation straight into another.
So you broke up with one on Monday and got with the other one on Saturday.
Shut up, fool.
Right, basically. And so
But-
one was
but-
pregnant
but-
already, though, when you got with the other one, right?
Yeah. But see, the
Did you-
second one, my second one,
And she was new and pregnant if they only 3 months apart. Dang.
my second one, she was very helpful with maturing and helping me groom myself with my first one.
Oh, that's the one you want back.
The second one,
Yeah, talking all nice. You want her back.
He said,
I'm just very truthful. Like, you know,
Okay.
I don't speak out of emotion. Or I try not to. I try to keep it facts.
Okay.
But what happened was me and my second one, we went to the same church. I got real in the church after I got my first one pregnant, and
Right
like,
there in the church, huh?
I was just trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Because like,
Right there in the church, huh?
I was trying to figure it out, and so she would come with me to like help me.
Bible study.
No, like to get like what the baby need and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, because I didn't know.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was like 24 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I like it's my first baby. I don't know. So whatever she was like, yeah, you gonna need the wipes. You gonna need the rocking chair, all that kind of stuff that she know that a baby need. I would get for my first one.
Yeah, the same stuff she was gonna need.
No, because she wasn't pregnant then.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's how me and her connected, and I grew feelings for her because she helped me out by showing me how I could take care
You
of
met her at the church, and then she started helping you out. Y'all started praying and stuff.
You playing game. You playing game. Man. You playing game.
No, I'm saying you say. I'm just saying what you said.
No,
She started helping you out in the church. She prayed for you. She helped you pick out what the baby need, and then
it was me. I was the one that was going to church heavy. She
wasn't involved in the church. Oh,
She only came one time.
Man, talk.
Oh, okay, so she
came
came
one
let
time.
them talk.
She came one time, and we got cool. She was helping me on how to like support on what the baby may need and stuff like that, and I was getting it. Then after she kept on coming back because me and her got cool. So then after so long we started messing around. Then she got pregnant. Like, I mean, maybe the second time. The second time she got pregnant.
Was you strapping up, bro?
Nah.
Okay, let's be real. Come on, we're gonna be real. Let's be real.
Okay, so okay.
I wasn't. But I didn't think I could get her. I thought
you knew you could get somebody pregnant. You had somebody pregnant when you got her pregnant.
No, I'm just saying that quick though. Like, I'm like, dang, like.
Oh, you think you got to do it with somebody? Right? You think you got to do it with somebody more than once?
It only take once.
I have been doing it for years, and it never back to back like that. So.
What was you practicing? The pull-out method?
Oh my God, this is so.
What you doing to pull out nothing,
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay,
moving.
so right. So now we're gonna move on. Look like Matt is ready.
Mhm.
Oh
He's
yeah,
not
this the
acting like
person
he
I want to
froze
talk to
no
right
more.
here.
So okay. So Matt,
Yep,
tell
I
us.
pulled over so y'all don't hear me driving no more.
Okay. So Matt, tell us how the transition was of blending your family. Was that an easy transition?
It kind of was. So she loved the kids. My kids are pretty much angels. Like they're very sweet and very nice. So she pretty much fell in love with them. I think the hardest transition was not really super hard, but my stepson, he has autism. So
Okay.
he's nonverbal. He's real kind of picky. So he kind of sticks to who he's used to. And she's a very attached mother, helicopter parent.
Right. But
So
protective
she,
because in that
yeah,
environment, because a lot of people don't understand autism too. So you got to be kind of protective.
right,
Sometimes they'll think acting out and stuff like that.
right. So she's very protective, and she tends to do a lot of parenting on her own with him. So I don't really get super involved with anything that he does. I try to, but then it's one of those situations where his dad's still in the picture, so it's like, well, you don't really need a father figure to help you do anything. So I try to step in when it gets real tough for her. Stuff is, he's got episodes or whatnot, and she just hands up, washed her hands with it, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll try to work with him on some stuff for you right now, because I used to work in the mental health field myself, so I'm very used to and comfortable with working with people with diagnoses or whatnot. So, but other than that, and like I said, the kids, they don't treat him any differently.
So do they
helps
get
him a little bit.
Okay, so let's move on from that. That was nice. So, do the was it important for you for your wife to meet your kids' mom?
So
why you laugh, man?
Because that was drama all on its own.
Okay.
Is it
So
important?
how long were you guys broke up when you met your wife?
Ooh.
I would say that we weren't.
Oh!
It was in a process.
So bad. You cheated on your
you cheated
mom?
on your kid's mom?
You cheated on your kid's mom, man.
I could say it was mutual.
Oh, you said she cheated too?
Cheated too?
Uh-huh.
Oh, so y'all was in an entanglement. Y'all was in an entanglement.
I cannot stand.
Okay. Oh, so the wife was the person that you cheated with. Did the wife know that you were with somebody though?
Yes.
Okay. So, but
And to add some more to juice to the story, she was also married at the time too.
ooh, y'all got some karma coming back on y'all.
Hey, listen, I'm forgiving, bro. I'm straight. I'm forgiving.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, see?
Wow. So then that means that took a while. So do you and that brother, do y'all, hey, what up, when, you know what I mean? Or do y'all not even
I can be
talk?
cordial. Yeah, I don't really deal too much with them. But it ain't no beef when I see them or we see each other. So.
Yeah, you was the one who was sleeping with his wife.
Ah,
But
But bro, the dudes ain't gonna necessarily. You don't really.
it's more of a female thing. Like guys don't be
no,
really.
I won't say that. Sometimes dudes do feel some type of way. Like
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna say it like this: if a man come to me about me and his wife or his girlfriend doing something, I'm a step A, be like, okay, cool, I understand. It's gonna be what it's gonna be because either he gonna come talking or he gonna come swinging. Now, if he come talking, I'm gonna say, okay, cool, yeah, you right. But it ain't me you got the problem with though. You know what I'm saying? It's her you got the problem. I don't
right,
know nothing.
right. Well,
I think
I
it's
just asked a
women
question because when
who.
there's kids involved, then it's like, because some people believe, like, some people think, okay, so let's ask Xavier. Xavier, you single right now. If you got your son, you
Right.
meet somebody come. Do you think it's important that they meet your child's mom?
I mean, I would think that would be the right thing to do if it gets to that point.
Right.
So if we get serious and we're going to take it to the next level, I definitely want my son's mother to meet who I'm dealing with. That's just a respect thing.
Right. And see,
So
that's what I'm
It's just
saying.
respect.
So in Matt's situation, it might have been a little bit. That's the only reason why I brought it up. It may have been a little bit harder. That's why I asked the question. May have been a little bit harder because it's like, hey, you can't howl out. I want you to be somebody because she like, I already know that bitch. She cheating. You cheating with her. Like, well, I want to meet her. You know what I mean, or vice versa,
That
or something like
rule,
that.
Mel,
that rule is
The guy could be like, what I want to meet that dude for. Like, I already know this the dude you cheating with. What I need to meet him for. I know what it is. That's why
so
That's why I
that
asked the
rule don't go
question.
for everybody.
Well,
so fellas,
that's a tricky situation though. That's tricky.
so
I,
fellas,
I don't know about
have y'all met your child's mom? Have you met their significant other if they're dating?
My son's mother is actually married.
Mm-hmm.
I met him before, but thank God he's kind of more extreme with the I ain't got nothing to say
Mm-hmm.
more than I am. Like he's very
This your
hands.
youngest child or your oldest child?
This is my son, which is my youngest,
Your youngest.
Okay.
Okay.
in
Okay.
which my son and him are very like he been around for a while. So my son and him is like pretty cool. Like, and I ain't got no problem with that because I know that he's safe. But as far as me and her husband, we haven't sat down and talked. I mean, when I go get him, he's there with his wife, which is my baby mama. And I get the seat out the car, or he'll give me the seat. I take the seat. It really
So
ain't no problem.
you're very cordial.
Yeah, but it's non-verbal. Like really nothing to talk about.
It's not, but
So I've never had a conversation of okay.
No.
To
and
say,
I think one of the
okay.
guys said it. Like with guys, it's not a lot of conversation that needs to be had.
Right.
We already know what it is.
But see,
You know that.
but I'm the opposite of them. Just because the people that I know people, and I know young people. They make like if they kids around somebody, they want to let it be known, like this is what happens with my kids. You know what I mean? Because like so. Like your wife, you said that she's, I mean, your child's mom is married now, and the guy is heavily involved. So, are you okay with that? With that man, you said he's safe. You okay with him spanking your child and all of that stuff?
I'm gonna say it like this.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say it like this because it's a difference between being emotional and it's a difference between being correct, right? Remember, we all old enough to remember, like in your neighborhood, even if your mom and dad wasn't around,
Somebody else was gonna be
like
correct.
somebody got you together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but even like in like real respectful street culture, you got somebody you answer to, where somebody will check you, like, yeah, you out of line, you out of bounds.
So that yeah. So you okay
So
with that?
I'm good with that. Of
Okay.
course,
Cause see,
yeah,
some people don't, and some people will have,
it ain't for
and
you.
that's why some men have the conversation to say, I'm the dad, and ain't no other man gonna touch my child in a house or not in a house. I know a married couple, so a couple that's married, the dude has said, let the man be known, don't touch my kids. You don't have no reason to spank my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I'll deal with that.
No man spanks my daughter though. No man, none, not even me.
Oh, so just your son then?
Yeah, because my son is a boy, so he can take that male correction.
Okay, well, when you was coming at us all Louis Farrakhan shit, you should have said.
Right.
You said, hey, preaching. I'm like, wait a minute, brother. This an hour show. Will it back in?
Did Nikki just say,
Yes,
Didn't he though? He tried to come at us all deep like he was out. I'm like, okay, he is in church because yes, everybody grab your hands together.
But
the community needs to come back together, and if we get the community involved, it'll stop all of this.
I cannot stand Nikki B.
Okay, and then,
but remember though, in the neighborhood, the girls, like my father didn't get no girls together like he got the boys in the neighborhood together. The girl act out in your neighborhood, you go, okay, yeah, go get her mama or her daddy because she's a female.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And you got to be careful with that.
Okay, so that's why I asked the question. So now, Matt, when it comes to disciplining your children, is it because like you've already said that kind of per se, she's real protective of her son and all of this stuff. With your kids, is it one of those things for the discipline? You handle your kids, I handle my kids, or she can discipline?
I wouldn't have a problem with her doing it, but she's not the type to. She's real soft, so she's not the type that would do it. If it's a situation that she feels like she needs or wants to say something to the kids, she'll ask me if it's fine. But again, if you're put in that position that you are the stepmother, to me, that's really if I trusted you enough to marry you, I could trust you enough to discipline my kids or to say something. I'm not thinking that you're going to say something off the wall to my kids. And in the same situation with my kid's mother, I met the dude that she was with, but I also trust her to not be around somebody that's going to be a deadbeat and have somebody wailing on my kids just for the sake of wailing on my kids. If discipline does happen, I would like to know why. And if that was a course that needed to take place, and then what was happening, what course took place, what conversations took place beforehand that it got to the point that they needed a whooping.
Right, and I feel you on that because I think that is important. But I think that you said the number one thing about the trust thing, and you have to really trust people because I think that some of the times people, I don't think they pay enough attention because otherwise we wouldn't see as many deaths of children at the hands of somebody boyfriend or somebody girlfriend. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that would, that was one of the things that, just from my own experience, that's why I really I think I'm probably different because there's so many women who always putting themselves first. So they always, I'm want to date and I was the type I'm not having nobody around my kids like that. You know what I mean? I was very because it requires, it's a lot and, you can, and I already knew who I was dealing with, with my son. He ain't nobody say nothing. My son, could nobody have said nothing to my son without having consequences from his dad. So
Xavier been real quiet over there, man.
No, because he in a different one. So then, because he's already said he think it's important for them to have a sit down. So.
Well, I don't think another man should be touching my child though. There's where y'all a little bit more mature than me, because if another man touch my child, we're gonna have issues.
So with any discipline, you think it should be brought to you first. You and your mother. You and the child's mother first. Right. Y'all handle.
I don't even like my child's mother touching them. That's just personal.
Different space, though.
I think when it comes to discipline, especially of a boy, that should go through his father. That's just my personal opinion.
I agree with that 100%.
I don't think any man, because see, a lot of these guys, because there's a lot of weirdos out here too. Right. So a lot of these guys want to impose themselves on these children. And I just don't. I had a situation where I had to kind of check my son's mother's husband, because she just got married.
Okay.
And I had to check him. I said, "Look, dog, you don't want to see me." So I had to face with him because he was hiding from me, actually.
Right. And see, that's what I'm saying. Right.
Yeah. So when I saw him straight up. I said, "Look, don't nobody put their hands on my son," because he has 3 boys. So I guess they over there wrestling with my son or whatever. I said, "Look, don't nobody put their hands on him. If I see any marks on this boy, me and you gonna go at it."
Like you saying, the kids can't wrestle with him?
Nah, I don't know them like that. They not his family. It's different between blood and step brother, step sister. They already have a bond. He's going into a situation where they don't really have a bond with him. So they could be jumping him, roughing him up. So I told him straight up, don't. And if he tell me anything funny, I go straight up with. I go straight.
That's the side they don't want to see, right?
Yeah,
You don't want to see that side.
And Xavier sounds a lot like the person who, that I'm referencing. Like they got some kids, it's other kids involved and all of that. But the bottom line is, and I think that some people, egos may be in the way. This is my house. Ain't nobody else gonna be running my house. But he was like, these my kids. If it's the kid didn't call, kid will call. What happened? What happened? And he already know that he can't touch him. But what happened that he's upset and telling me this?
Yep.
What is the situation that happened? And some people will be like, he shouldn't be doing that. But I say, yeah, he should be doing that because it's too often that you see it. Like Xavier say, if it's 3 other boys in that house, we all done seen some child play before, and kids can be dirty.
Yeah, they can.
And
especially with brothers that have a bond already.
Right, we'll pick on him. Right. We're gonna wrestle him and hit him hard.
Oh boy, yeah.
So
they caught a lot of smoke that day.
Hey, chill, Nikki, because you bringing back memories. Xavier about to get hyped up.
Call him later and text on him. Like, make sure he ain't
I'm gonna call y'all back.
Yeah. This might want to go to the next question.
About that
right now.
I mean, if everything is cool, we could talk like adults. But if it could go another way, we can go that way also. That's how I see it.
I say this though, Xavier, to you, like to your point. So now, what if they be like, well, okay, cool, us 3 brothers, and we got Xavier's son over here. Well, we don't want to play with him though. We don't want to play with him because if it's a bigger deal like that, we just, as the brothers, we just all leave him alone. He stay over on his side, and we play together.
Right.
See, now I feel like that could be like, now your son, we talk about your son, right?
Right.
Now he could be like, well, what's the problem? Why they don't want to play with me now?
You know what? And that's a possibility. And maybe they can grow a bond. I'm not saying that they can't play together, but there should be no roughhousing. There should be no touching, no wrestling, no, let me punch you in the face or let me body slam you.
But
that's wrestle, right?
If they want to play Xbox, I'm cool with that. If they want to play whatever board games, I'm cool with that. But actually physically touching, like they don't, I don't touch my son. So why are these little boys over here touching my son?
But do you agree that sometimes boys, because I have a son and he likes to roughhouse, and it's just in a boy's nature to always want to be, they get with their friends, they wrestle and they play fight, and it ain't even really got to be, just boys just being boys.
And I can respect that. And if the situation becomes a little bit more familiar. If
Is it an age difference? So let me just say that.
Like he's about to turn 4, and these boys are 7, 10, and 12.
No.
Okay. Well, yeah.
That's what I told him. So I told him,
Yeah.
the boys can't be touching my son.
Young boy.
That
Okay.
hurt.
I mean, because it's one thing playing and, doing that, but the other thing that you always got to be careful about and look at is, and I mean, like, people could be on some other mess too. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So what we're trying to do, acting like you wrestling and you doing another move.
Exactly.
Behind my son too.
Exactly.
Get your ass back, cause
But then I do gotta.
No.
So
I like the way you think. I like the way you think.
So
Yeah,
Xavier,
that's
I
how
have
I
a
think.
question
I'm always
too.
about protecting the kids.
Hey, I don't think we had all these problems when we was growing up. Like in the neighborhood.
I think we did, bro, but it wasn't as out there as it
like wasn't nobody going to,
Right.
It wasn't as out
We
there.
had it, but you remember the person whose house you couldn't go over?
Oh yeah.
Came outside and said,
get back down here.
the daddy said, nope, you can't go inside their house and play. You be like, but daddy, I want to play that game. Not that house you want.
Listen,
But see, my dad would be like, tell them to come over here.
With your
And
adult
that's
mind,
why. Because then they know, he knows that he can watch what goes on. He was protecting you because he didn't know what was going on in their house. Or he did know what was going on in their house and didn't want you involved in it.
So Xavier, I got a question.
Absolutely.
So you said your son is 4, correct?
Yeah, he's 3 now, but he's about to be 4 in a couple months.
Okay, so your son see like, and we all boys and men now,
right?
But your son see, the big boys. He want to be with all little boys want to hang with the big boys,
right?
Yeah. So would it ever be a situation? I mean, I know he's 3 going on 4 now, but if he said, "Nah, Dad, I want to hang with them. I want to," would that be a situation where you sit down and talk with your child's mother and her husband, or like how does that go?
Well, if he feels comfortable dealing with them, I would let it go. So if he could communicate to me that, hey, I feel comfortable hanging with these guys, because for me personally, I want to have limited conversation with them.
Okay.
At this point, because they've already
stand up, bro.
Where
right.
we're already at high, it's too intense.
Yeah,
so,
Xavier about 2 weeks away from whooping somebody's ass. About 2 more visits, and I'm gonna pin and grab somebody.
X is one more conversation away.
Right.
Yeah, you want to keep it, I'm going to keep it peaceful. So, if my son is comfortable with dealing with them, dealing with they children, and he says, "Look, I want to do whatever," I'm fine with that.
Okay. Because then you know that he feel welcome.
Exactly. But if
when he's old enough to know.
That's right. But if anything is suspicious, I'm all over them like white on rice.
Yeah, you are, because you didn't get all close up on the screen. Right, you all up on the screen, shit. We scared, like, okay, then. We ain't gonna.
I got $20. I got $20 for sale right now.
Okay, so now here's the other question for you guys. So, Matt, if your ex, your children's mom, gets married or whatever, is it okay for them to call the guy dad?
Ooh, I wanted to ask that question. That's a good question. That is a good question.
Look, Matt, like,
Whew.
I'm not even asking Xavier because look how he looking. So we not
Matt
even
gets
asking
to
him.
the breath on that one.
Right, go ahead. Matt won't even say nothing. Come on, Matt, you ain't froze. Just say no.
Matt, keep it real, bro.
I don't think Matt baby mama would let that happen.
I can't really feel like they would do it.
That's a no.
Just because it's not who that person is. So I don't see them, like, they don't call their stepmom mom. They call her by her name. I don't feel like, I think if somebody has gotten into that position where they feel like they're calling themselves dad, it's because they've grown that bond with that person. And that other person is probably not there. For
But
somebody
would you feel
to,
a certain
that they're
way, though?
forcing them. What?
Would you feel a certain way, though, if that did happen?
I feel a certain way. No, I wouldn't feel a certain way.
Oh, nigga,
I'm not
see,
an
bro,
emotional
you
person
took
like
too
that.
long.
Lying, bro.
You took
Don't
too long.
lie.
Right, you took too long to even
lying,
answer
bro.
that. Right.
Oh,
No, you don't want
Matt,
nobody
let me say
because
this,
most
bro.
people don't. And
Matt,
like the people I know be like, no.
Matt, you seem way too involved in what's going on in your kids' day-to-day life to sit here and tell us that you wouldn't mind. Be real, man.
I wouldn't mind. I put it on everything. I wouldn't mind because if they've gotten to that point where they feel like this person is comfortable and they built that relationship with that person, now I'm not gonna mind because one, I know they're not your dad.
Okay.
Two, again, my oldest son, I'm not his real dad, but he calls me dad because I've built that relationship with him.
But does he
That
have a
person,
relationship with
again,
his biological dad?
he does
said
not.
that. Oh, I thought
So you're the only dad he knows.
No, the stepson has a dad.
Right, but your oldest son,
Oh, but
you're the only dad he knows.
Right, you're your dad.
He's aware of him. He's aware that he has a biological dad.
But you're dad. But you are dad. So that's a little different because you are dad. He probably don't even look at the other guy as dad. So that's
right, because again, he hasn't given that relationship with him. If they've been with that person, like if she's with somebody and they're calling him dad after 6 months, I'm like, all right, hold on, no, not really. But I can't really see that type of relationship building in 6 months. So somebody done said, no, call me dad. Well, that's what I'm gonna have a problem with. Like, you're not gonna force them to call you dad.
See, and I've seen people do that. I know a little girl who called 3 different people daddy.
And that's the point where it's gonna be on some.
Seriously, her dad, her mama's ex-boyfriend, and her stepdaddy.
Yeah, they've been around too many men then.
Right.
But if it's to the point where somebody's forcing somebody to do it, then I'm on my Xavier shit. I'm like, nah, we about to have this conversation.
And you can call Xavier because he down for whatever. When it comes to the kids, he down for whatever.
But I respect that, Matt. That's what's up, man.
No, I do too because that's just. I don't know. I'm different, but that's like a pet peeve of mine when somebody daddy is in their life and play a role, and then you have a somebody who be like, you call them dad, like why are you making somebody call somebody daddy?
Like I'm not a father, but I could only imagine that would hit. That would hurt. That would definitely have to hurt, especially if you play an integral part in your child's upbringing. That would have to hurt.
So Hermes, right?
Aramis.
I'm sorry.
So, I don't have that issue at all.
Like the cologne.
With my my daughter. My daughter is gun ho. I would never disrespect you like that because we had this talk.
Daddy's girl.
Yeah, we've had this talks. Like,
okay,
we sat down. Like, okay, cool. Like, how you feel about this guy being there, and it's like he invisible.
That's important to have too.
That's very important because they need to know that they can come to you in case anything else happens.
Yeah. My daughter.
So with your son, which one of them with the married?
My son is the one who has a stepfather in his life. Now,
you call him daddy?
He called. So I have never heard him call her husband or dad or anything like that. But would I have a problem with it? Okay, let me say this. I have heard her out of spite say something like that. Not him, but her.
Her. Okay.
So your child's mother said something.
Like, yeah, like he calls him daddy, whatever, or blah blah.
Why
blah.
would she tell you that though?
Because you gotta be
want that old thing back.
You gotta be careful. This thing is about the kids, and then sometimes some people make it like they want to be involved with what you're doing with your kids, so they'll say something to throw you off your game. And it's always like
Using the
that.
kids as pawns.
Always like
But
that.
you know that's what Shannon always says. Like you have to get to a point where it's just about the kids.
Like your feelings don't matter no more. It's
Shannon always says
about
that.
them kids.
It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So even with that though, one thing and my son, I've never heard him say that before. He always calls me daddy. Like I could be, I've been in the mall and he see me like down the hallway
Praying for somebody.
running. Here, daddy. You know, he called me daddy. This was going on. But like I said, the mother has referred or tried to refer to him as like, you know, daddy, whatever, or his stepdaddy or whatever. Okay, cool. Because at the end of the day, one thing I can say about the man is he has never disrespected me. He has never looked at me funny. He's never gave me the energy. None of that. It seems like, bro, I'm here for my wife, and he don't got no kids. Well, he got one now. When they got together, he didn't have no kids. So he was there to support his wife. And I applauded that, yes. Because at the end of the day, one thing I want to instill in my son is be a man. When it don't feel good, still be a man. You know what I mean? This guy could be like, well, no, I ain't doing that. But that's your wife. When you marry her, you take on all the things that she got going. And I would
that means she don't press child support on you?
Definitely. She do
So
that.
bro, you done danced around the topic though. When you have a problem, if your child called that man daddy, you danced around it a little bit. You don't know.
I don't know. That would be something I would probably be in.
But you know what? That's probably because you haven't been faced with it.
Right.
So you probably don't know how you feel about it.
Right. Because I had to think about it before, you know, we had this conversation. I've never heard him say it, but like, again, he has said it and I got mad. But what he said, would I be upset? I don't know. That ain't happened. So when you talking to your son, how does your son refer to her husband? What does he call him? James. Okay. So that's what he says.
And let's not ask Xavier.
We already know. Listen, Xavier ready to start World War III over there.
So Xavier, if he called him daddy, would you have an issue with that?
Oh, I would have a big issue with that. I would be out.
Hell yeah.
It would be that one more thing. If one more thing happens.
But you can't have an issue with the man, though.
No, yeah, well, it is an
issue. You can have it with them because the thing about it is, you could, as a man, you could say to them, you know, in a respectful way. I've dated somebody and their child started like with the mom stuff, and then I had a talk to say, hey, you know, you calling me mom, you know, that's cool. But I knew that her mom would have a problem with it. You know, it wasn't so much about me. And I said, you know, you got a mom. I love you to death. Still talk to her to this day. Love you to death. But you know, you got a mom. You know, you don't have to call me.
Gotta be careful.
You know,
that could be rejection.
No. You said what? Nope. She still sat on my lap and watched all of the movies.
Oh, she did.
I knew her mom well enough to know her mom wouldn't be okay with that.
Gotcha.
And she has a mom. And she has a mom.
Gotcha.
So did you have to like find another name for her to call you? You know what I'm saying? Or did she just call you Nikki?
No, yeah, just call me Nikki.
Oh.
But see, here's
the thing about it is, I'm gonna tell you. Here's the thing. She would call me mom, but never around her mom. That's why I know she knew that her mom would have a problem with it. So I'm not gonna put that child in an uncomfortable situation to do that. So
you know, Nikki, did you sit down with the child and tell them not to call you?
That's what she just said, E.
Oh, my bad.
He drank during the show.
Yeah, I was drinking.
He was getting the best of
him. I had to talk because she and I had a relationship like that where I could. And like I said, at that time, she was probably about 7 or 8. And
What would make her call you
she
mom?
grown now, and me and her still talk. You said what?
What would make her call you mom? Like, could we say that she was not around? Like, she probably definitely was around, but
Oh yeah, because she just was coming to my house, you know, for the weekends, and when we would get her, she one of them ones. Like I said, me and her still talk after her dad and I broke up. Me and her mom, because I ended up being like a peacemaker between them.
Them too.
You know what I mean? Where I went and had a conversation with her and all of that stuff, and you know, I was gonna be around. I'm mature. I'm gonna be around. Me and her mom are cool. I still talk to her to this day. Even after me and her dad broke up, I still went and got her by myself on some weekends, you know, so she could
that's
spend
crazy. Now,
time
that's
with me and stuff
crazy
like
right
that.
there. I don't know if I can handle that.
Because see, this here's the thing. That's what's so crazy, and that we don't get when we start having these relationships, and that's exactly why I stopped having those type where you living with somebody. I've only lived with one person. My son never will call nobody else dad, just because him and his daddy had that type of relationship. Like that brother be like, "Hey, how you doing, little man?" He'd be like, "You ain't none of my dad."
You ain't my daddy.
He was like 6 or 7. Like he cut
Like,
his
baby.
you're right. He used to cut hair. He cut my son's hair. His daddy pulled him to the side. Don't ever touch his hair again. Like
Hey, listen,
I
Nikki,
cut
I
his
ain't gonna
hair.
lie.
Like
I ain't gonna lie. Cutting my son's hair would be that'd be the line
yeah, his
crosser right
dad
there.
like I either cut it or I take him to get it done. Don't ever touch his hair
Yeah,
again.
don't touch my
So,
son's hair.
but they didn't have that relationship. She and I did. And that's the problem. And that's why I always say that people be looking out for their own needs. Kids fall in love quicker than adults sometimes.
They do.
So then what do I look like, me and him breaking up, and I've gotten a bond with this young lady, and then I just cut her off because I'm not talking to her dad. You still remember your favorite teacher from when you was 5.
Yeah.
So there's no way I'm not gonna do this, especially since me and her mom had got a relationship. It wasn't no cheating, Matt. Wasn't no cheating and none of that going on. So
Matt, she ain't have
her
to call you out
right.
like that, bro.
So we had the conversation. Right. We could have that conversation. And that's why, like I said, I was the peacemaker. I was the one who, okay, you know,
So
she
wait,
couldn't
you said
stand him. They could, you know, they tried to act like they couldn't stand each other or whatever. Cool. I pick her up. I'm the mediator in this. You ain't got to deal with him.
so after you and this man broke up, you still will go get his child.
Yeah. And still talk to her to this day. When she graduated, it was he's married now, and when she graduated,
You was there.
yeah, of course I've been at all of her big events. And when it was time when we did the pictures, because her mom had got married, her mom and her stepdad was on one side, and on the other side at first was her dad, and then her mom said, "Nope, Nicole, you come up here too." His wife was there. And she wasn't in none of the family. Nicole, you helped us raise her too. You get up here too. So yes, when tough times go wrong, she called me. Tough stuff go on, her mom called me. I'm that involved in her life and has been since she was little.
Okay.
I know stuff probably sometimes her dad will call me and be like, talk to her. Because that's just how close she and I are. And that's the problem, I think, that people want to get involved. That's Xavier's point, and why he's like, because people will come and go. And that would be fake of me that I'm cool with you and you my baby and I'm spending all this time with you when I'm with your daddy, but soon I'm not with your daddy. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. See, that's some fake shit to me because I done jumped on somebody almost about that. You want to be all up in my son's face while you with his daddy now. You see him with me and you acting like you can't speak. If you don't speak to my son, I'll slap the mess out of you. No, not today. You want, and that's that phone. That would be phony. How phony would that be? I'm not involved in her life. Then all of a sudden, I'm done with your dad. I'm done with you.
That's why I don't be wanting, for me personally, like the other kids that my baby mamas do have, I don't be wanting to get involved with the other kids. Like both of my
So do you discipline them?
who
Your child's mother's other kids. Like
I
they
have,
come around you.
Listening.
I have never. They ain't been in the car with me. They ain't been on no outings with me. They ain't been nothing. I go get my kids and my kids on.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So his brothers or his or her brothers and sisters can't come with you.
Never.
Ooh.
Can't go. Sorry.
Ooh.
We going to Michigan Adventures? Nope. Brothers can't go. If they not my kids.
But haven't you taken like somebody you dating before they kid?
Yeah, with the mom with them.
So once you done with somebody, then you don't want nothing to do with their kids.
Unless I mean, if we didn't been in it that long, to where it's like okay, we were like we respect each other, beside the parent, then I may try it. But at this point, nah, too much. No, if I can't discipline you, you can't go with me.
Okay. So then let's go to the because we our time going good. So let's talk about child support and taking care of your child. So we know Xavier has primary custody of his child and he has not pressed child support. Correct?
That is correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Matt, do you pay child support or do y'all have equal custody? Is Matt froze again?
I think he's back.
There
you go.
There you go. Okay, so Matt, do you pay do you pay child support or do y'all like share support or whatever?
Yeah, see, the way my bank account is set up, they took that yourself out automatically.
Hey,
But I still
that,
take care of. I still take care of both of them. I got child support coming out for one, but I still take care of them.
Okay. All right. And you were okay with that? Did you understand that?
I understood why it happened, but I didn't want it to. And she didn't want it to happen either, but it was the way the situation was happening.
Okay.
That they had to do it. So.
Okay. Well, then that's understandable. And then you pay child support? Are you on child support?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I pay child support for both of mine. But child support for me has been a big help because when I do have incidents with my children's mothers, I can go to them. And if I need to get a parenting time order because we ain't talking and communicating good, they can step in and be the liaison without me having to rear up or get upset or something like that. Or if like right now,
so you will get the court involved. You'll go like for your parenting time and stuff like that. Good, because a lot of people be feeling like it's so one side that they won't go. I used to sit on the child support board before.
I'm glad this is one of the topics we talked about because what you just saying that I never knew like if things didn't go well, you can get the courts involved. So I'm glad like Nikki and Shannon facilitated this topic today.
Yeah.
Because I never knew that.
Oh yeah, you definitely can for your parenting time and stuff like that.
Like
that's what's up.
Like with my daughter's mother, just out of spite, like she was trying to keep me from her, block me, this and that, and like I had got a parenting time order, and she had missed out on the parenting time order. They summoned her to court. She missed that. They arrested her.
See? Good. I'm glad you did that. Because a lot of people don't. They don't even know that they have the right. So I used to always be glad when I saw men who would go because everybody, and child support really is kind of one-sided though too, a lot of times, because I was the chair of the little grievance committee too of the child support board, and it'd be like they just be breaking all of the rules. It always seems like it's geared towards the people who paying seem like they get in more trouble than the people who not paying.
Well, what do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean? Like, what instance? What example?
So, like somebody who owe back child support, they not really going after them, but the brother who paying his they'll go after him, and then sometimes the mama can go and say she want to increase, and they'll do it before the time. And then they will be coming to us like, they can't do that. You know what I mean? And I'm like, no, they can't do that.
Well, in life though, they only will say that they can't do it when you know what they cannot do. If you go
but the judges be doing wrong stuff. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So then if you don't file and let us know, then nobody can do anything about it. But a lot of women, because I always say, and that's why I asked the question, I always say, and we've talked about it on our show before. We talked about it with the 3 ladies that we had on the show. Because they really, one of them was getting some help. One of them didn't have to pay child support because of his disability, some other stuff. But I always say that, like, that's, to me, that's like the last resort is child support. I always say that. I don't think most women would go if they didn't have to.
But when you get assistance from the state sometimes, it's automatic.
Yeah, when you get
right. Yeah, I do know that. Yeah.
Automatic. And so sometimes what is not said, and this is where black men and black women have to have a conversation. The black man don't know that, it ain't the black woman that's saying, I want child support. It's when she go get the WIC or the whatever for the baby. And it be like, okay, so who is his daddy? And they automatically gonna send you that. Boom. But if you go down there, take her with you. That shows solidarity. So then they're gonna be like, okay, cool. What can we work out? You can write your own. You know what I mean? I've had to revise my child support order like 3 times because I'm not making this much money no more. I used to, but now I'm not. And I'm like, okay, cool. Show us that you're not making that much money no more, or you're not there, and we'll reduce it. And they have.
Yeah, I remember when I went for my daughter, I told the referee, like, listen, I get that we got to do this, but, he takes care of myself and my other child. So I don't want this to be a big thing. And so she legit told me out of her mouth, like, if you want to give this man his money back, you do what you want to do with it. But this is the process that has to take place.
So do you give him his money back?
Nope.
I've had a child support check come back to me before.
Yeah, but they do. Like, if you overpay, they'll give the dad back, like, his money or whatever.
Yep. So child support sometimes is.
So Xavier, I got a question. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So you haven't pressed child support on her, but she's married, so she really can. Does she just do a lot though?
Oh well, at the time she wasn't doing anything. She was out there doing a thing. I just took care of them.
You wasn't gonna get nothing anyway from her.
Sometimes it's easier just not to even.
Out there, I did whatever I had to do to get the money. Do Lyft, Uber, and just scrounge up money to take care of them.
See, right?
That's what I had to do. So, but we never went to court, nothing like that. She just she just went about her business and wanted to live her life.
How long did that last?
Man, she did that till recently, this year, till about February.
Then that dude locked her down.
Yep.
He told her, you need to take care of your son, or you need to get back in your son's life.
Well, I mean, she was there. I mean, when she wanted to see him, I would just drop him off.
Right. You trusted her still?
Yeah. I mean, it's his mother, so I can't withhold him from her, So I would just drop him off.
They can't touch him. He protected. He got a beeper to call his daddy. Can't nobody touch him while he over there.
I mean, whenever he comes over, I inspect him. I look at his arms, his face, make sure he's good.
And then y'all pull off.
Yeah. Before I leave their house, I be like, I stand in front of their house. I stand right there.
You do this in front of their crib, Xavier?
Yeah, I surely do.
Oh my God!
I sit and I let them look at me, talk to them. I said, "You okay?" You ain't having no problems over here? I do it all the time.
Exactly.
Well,
Would you be against him, like pulling you to the side, like, bro, like, was we good? Like, what if he was like a real man, like, yo, can I talk to you for a second, like, because I feel like you feel like we gonna hurt your son.
Do something to him, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Because they did it funny. If they would have came correct the first time, we wouldn't be going through this.
Oh.
So once you do something kind of backwards, you're already setting that motion. So now the energy got to stay the same. You know, if you would have came to me as a man in the beginning,
right.
look, this is what we're going to do. This is what's happening. Maybe we should get together and set some boundaries.
Exactly.
Then we could have a discussion. But when you want to go backdoor, and then you want to try to do something slick with my son, then all bets are off. We're gonna let the dice roll.
Right.
We're gonna let it
correct, and you done broke the trust now.
Right. And she already walked out on him.
Man, yeah, she
That's
already.
what I was gonna say. There are so many mothers lately that are walking away from their babies, and I just can't understand it.
I'm telling
What
you.
is that about?
Then, so if that, and then get with somebody who got 3 kids. So then he said, we need to start getting your son. He probably said that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So yeah.
Bless him. God bless him.
He shouldn't take nobody else to jail.
Man is really stepping up now. Like, yo, you can't sleep in my bed and not take care of your son. Like,
and I respect that because I can't stand somebody who doing it and not taking care. Like, who would want to be with some woman who not taking care of a child the same way? Who would want to be with some man who not taking care of his child?
I'm telling you.
Like, I had a guy who always was trying to worked a lot, always trying to see me when he wasn't working. And finally, I just said, dude, do me a favor, call your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Go spend some time with your kids. You didn't work 3 weekends straight and trying to be up in my face. Call your kids.
What if he said, okay, let's all go out then?
No, dude, I'm straight. I had plans. And
I was gonna say you ain't rocking. You ain't rocking. You wouldn't have pulled that card on him if you liked it that, man. You should have got that.
No, I would have, because kids are important to me.
Definitely.
Spend some time with your kids. That's important.
Definitely.
That's very important. I can't stand I can't stand that. And I can't stand the dude. Let me just put that out there. And I can't stand the dude who want to say like they doing such, like they taking care of your kids, but really you just a deadbeat because you ain't got no damn job.
Mm-hmm.
She going to work. She going to work every day, and you sitting your ass at home talking about you watching the kids. If you don't get your ass out of here and we get a daycare.
It's a lot number in that too. Dudes be really like, yeah, I'm taking care of my kids the whole time. You ain't got nothing else to do. Like,
right.
I hate for dudes to say they babysitting their kid. What?
listen.
How do you babysit your own kid?
Yeah, I remember my son dad saying that one time. His friends was like, "Man, you can't go. You babysitting?" He was like, "No, I ain't never babysitting mine."
Right, babysitting. So yeah, parenting. It's a. I wasn't ready. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was 24 and I had no clue. I thought it would be like, okay, as a man, if I come with it, like, okay, I'm trying to take care of my kid. Okay, cool, we good. It went every way but that.
Now, when you got 2 of them and they 3 months apart.
Still, I get that. Hey, listen, hate me, but don't do the kids that way.
Yep, that's what I done said this on the show before. One of the best pieces of advice I've ever heard Dr. Phil give was some parents who was on there doing some just going back and forth with their kids, and he said to them, love your kids more than you hate that other person. And I was like, wow, that's deep.
As a man, especially because you the leader. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like some women do that, and it's becoming a norm now. But as a man now, you gotta be like, you can't be jumping on her, going over their house. Like, okay, if it is what it is, like Xavier, I agree with him. I'm with him. Like, I'll pick me up, Xavier. I'm riding with you.
Both of y'all sit down somewhere.
There be some dudes that like the baby mama that got with another dude and he A1. Like he ain't got no problem with. And man, forget that nigga ain't my son, daddy. Well, you ain't. Shut up.
That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. So, all right. Well, this has been a very good, enlightening conversation, and thank you, brave gentlemen, for coming on the show. Because, like I said, we've had a lot of people who like we're gonna come in last minute. They be like, "Oh, I can't do it." You know, they be nervous and scared, and I don't know why. But this is like we got the women's, point of view, and it's nice to get the men. So
We need more women next time too.
they did a show all by themselves. So this
That
was
was like a year or
men
two
version.
ago.
Oh, I wouldn't
Yeah.
have known that.
Yeah. So, um, we're gonna let you guys do some closing remarks. Give some advice or something that you wanna just share with everybody. You know, about co-parenting and stuff like that. Wait, Shannon and E, did y'all have any more questions? Because we asked a lot of good ones. Do we
No,
have any
I'm
more?
good. I'm good.
No,
E?
I'm good. No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, whoever want to go first, go ahead with your closing remarks or advice that you have to give to other parents out there in the situation.
Matt, why don't we start with you first?
Matt look like he froze. That's why I ain't start with him.
Oh, he frozen. Go ahead.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so parenthood is a blessing. With all this co-parenting, so it's pretty much about respect. Again, with the Xavier situation, it sounded like it didn't start with respect, so that's why they situation went left. In my situation, it kind of didn't go with respect, so it's still a little shaky. But again, if you respect those boundaries, you can have a good co-parenting relationship. I appreciate y'all for having me on. Not sure who those scared people were, but fun. Have me on whenever you want to. Give me a holler.
We don't need a fourth on Nikki B and Friends, Matt. Okay? Thank you.
No, but we appreciate you coming on and sharing your story. I just got one more question, just because Matt, and not to pick on you, just because of your situation is a little bit different.
Right.
Is your wife comfortable with you being around your? Is she one of them? Because that's another question I should have asked. Is she one
Ooh,
of
I
them that
know.
got it like when you pick up the kids? Do she want to be in the car with you? Like, does she don't trust you to go to the house by yourself?
You know, it's some females out there like that.
Yeah.
So for the most part, she really doesn't have a choice because my kids live a long distance away when they live with their mother, and with her taking care of her kid most of the time, and alternating weekends with their dad. For the most part, kind of don't have a choice. She says she does, but I know
Hey,
she.
Matt just basically said he king dingaling around here.
Shut up, Ia. Let the man.
Okay.
But it's a get in there type of situation. But
Okay.
yeah.
So if they out of town, can you go out of town and like stay for a weekend with no drama from the home front?
Absolutely not.
I have.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a situation where the pretense weren't. The situation didn't come out as it was. So when I got there, it was a whole nother story, and she was like, "Oh hell no." But when I've gone, like normally when I go, I'll go because it's a long drive. I'll spend the night, and then I'll come back the next day, or the day after, because they're driving 11 hours straight. No joke. But there's no real issue. I'll FaceTime, say I'm here, I'm not doing anything. Call me whenever you want to. So I give her that reassurance.
Okay.
So it's pretty about 80% of the time when I've gone, it's been no issue. 95% of the time I've gone, it's been no issue.
Okay. Well, that's good. All right.
Hey Matt, so with you cheating on your
Back to
We're gonna skip that question.
I'm just joking, but Matt,
Y'all
for
so
real,
messy.
has it ever been a time though where your wife had an issue just with your children's mother, period? Like, how do you smooth that over?
She's always had an issue. So
When she the one who jumped into somebody else's relationship, how she have an issue?
She was the cheatee.
Hey, y'all.
she had an issue because I left, we was doing our thing, so she stopped, but I didn't stop. So that's her issue.
Gotcha.
Her issue is what?
So me and my kid's mother were going through our issues, so that was me too. So when she left her husband, I never stopped doing what I was doing with my kid's mother.
Oh wait, she was married too?
Ben!
Oh man, y'all was just all entangled.
You know what,
in
E? We not going back to that. You're gonna have to listen to the show on Monday. Come on, y'all, next.
Okay.
You're right, my bad.
But that's a lot. I'm just gonna say, and if she,
And Matt,
maybe she won't listen, cause that's messy anyway. Why are you gonna get mad? Okay, 1, 2, 3, we gonna jump, and then you don't jump, so then she mad. She can't be mad and have a problem with the other person.
Yeah,
That's what happened when you in those type of relationships.
Yeah, logically it don't make sense, but I understand where it's coming from.
Yeah, because you said we both moving. What day you moving? We moving on the 15th. We leaving on the 15th. We leaving on the 15th. She packed her shit up and moved, and then your ass stayed at home another 2 months.
I'm so irritated. Oh my God!
I ain't ready to come yet.
Nikki.
I'm trying to finish up some stuff real quick. Give me a little while. Okay.
Oh, I'm moved. I just have to go back and get some more stuff.
You're right. Yeah, and I ain't coming back tonight.
Sorry.
You were sneaking your stuff out in little bags. All right, thank you, Matt. We enjoy you coming to the show. Thanks for being here.
It's all jokes, Matt. We just playing with you, man. Thank you, though.
Yeah, thank you.
On behalf of Nikki B and Friends.
Right. All right. Xavier, you moving around too much. You got a lot of stuff going on. What you doing? Working another job.
Nikki,
I've been straightening up.
Round up now.
Okay, so go ahead, Xavier. Give us your closing remarks.
Well, you know, my dad told me something a couple of weeks ago. He said, always keep your composure. And I take that in consideration because at the end of the day, you want to be there for your children. So you don't want nothing to jeopardize that. So that's my closing remark. Always keep your composure and always be cool. Be there for your children.
Wait a minute. Xavier, you've been hot this whole show. You almost went and fought this dude. Your son got to come out the house and you check him. Now hold your hands up, turn around.
Xavier said he's still free, so.
Nikki and Shannon, that's the calmest he been the whole show.
Right. Yeah. Your closing remarks sound like a whole different dude. Your daddy just called you.
Hey, yeah, I'm not saying I do it. I do it. I'm telling the advice that was given to me. And that's what my old man told me. He said, man, just keep your composure because you don't want to put yourself at risk. You want to be there for your children.
Right.
So now,
in other words, don't go to jail acting no fool and jumping on nobody. And then they'll hire your son full time while you in jail. Because I ain't All right. All right. Come on, preacher.
I'm
coming from the book of Psalms.
Oh yeah, because you bet your baby mom throwing Bible study, bro. We all know about the Song of Solomon. He had a whole bunch of concubines and stuff. Nah.
I'm gonna just say it like this. Like, I just appreciate black men trying. I ain't gonna say you gonna get it right, because it's like it's a process, and different things happen every day with being a co-parent. But giving that effort is one thing that I pride myself on. Like, I won't stop. Maybe I won't succeed in this area right here, right now, but that don't mean that I need to stop trying to perfect it. So that's why I just say, black man, just keep on trying, man. Keep on trying.
All right. What you got, E?
You know what? I don't have any kids, but I definitely tip my hat off to the three gentlemen we have on today. I thank you for making an impact in your kids' lives and setting the tone for how black men should be in their kids' lives. So thank you for doing that, and I definitely appreciate that.
Amen. Amen.
He talking like he hope his daddy listening.
When you gonna have a baby?
Whoa, hey, nah, you need to mind the business that pay you, brother. my pullout game is well, brother.
Next show.
All right, Shan.
I think on behalf of, a mom, like, I just really appreciate, you guys, like you said, putting in the effort to be good fathers. It's sad that in today's world, having a good father anyway, is a luxury. That's really sad. And so, just from women who, we go out here, we work, we take care of the kids. We just really appreciate having that extra support to take care of these kids, because parenting is not easy. And especially with just this generation, it's especially not easy. So, I take my hat off to y'all. Salute. Keep doing y'all thing.
Yeah. So I just want to say thank you guys for coming to the show. I appreciate you guys being open and honest and sharing your experiences, stories with us, advice and things like that. I think that people will come away and learn something from it. And it is good to see some black fathers, because I always say that the world will have you believing that they don't exist. Like, they be surprised when fathers show up to schools and stuff like
That
that.
is so
They be,
true.
yeah, they
Like,
be like, they really be like,
they
you
out
know,
here.
right. So it's good to see some black men involved. It's more of you guys. It's not just you guys. It's a lot of
Right.
them. And I would
So,
just also say to women, stop thinking that you can control everything and let guys be the dad. Because so often women think when they had a baby, you'll hear them, my child, and think that they can say all the rules, especially when you're not in a house. And just, always consider that it's important that, that the kids need their dads too. Put that
Extremely
child first.
important.
It's very important. So, thanks everybody again for listening to us. Again, you can find us on Facebook at Nikki B and Friends, at Nikki B and Friends, and on Instagram at Nikki B _and_ friends. So that's a wrap. So Alexa's gonna come on again. She do it every week to us, y'all. I've been trying to see.
Playing from iPhones.
Never fail.